Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Season 1 of As We See It. And this was an Amazon Prime Video series, which unfortunately got canceled, it looks like, after one season. And this focuses on three autistic roommates find a way to live together and strive for similar things in life. And this series is from creator Jason Kidams, who looks like worked on Friday Night Lights and some other series like Roswell. And this particular series really centers on Sosie Bacon, who plays Mandy, who's a young aide who has her own aspirations of going off to school, but she's taking care of Jack, Violet, and Harrison, played by Rick Glassman, Sue Ann Pien, and Albert Rattecki, and each of them have their own challenges with their autism and how they're affecting their lives. And I think Sosie Bacon gives a really good performance as Mandy at the center here, as somebody who we could get behind, we empathize, we see how much she's passionate about connecting with these three and doing right by them. And that challenge of, will she stay committed to them or maybe be a little selfish, put her own relationship, which is long distance at this point, and her future career in front of their needs. And there's a lot of back and forth with that throughout this series. Rick Glassman's Jack, he's a little aggressive. He could be a little curt and mean with how he really doesn't understand how to interact. His father, played by Joe Mantegna, has cancer and is dealing with some really obviously big health issues. And you have Jack, who's trying to keep a job, trying to find a girlfriend, develops this interesting relationship with his dad's nurse, Watome, and they have an interesting dynamic, and I really like them. Where things take their relationship is a bit of bittersweet kind of thing, but I was really invested. I wound up being very invested in each of these three characters and their journeys. Jack, Violet, and Pien is fantastic in this show. She brings so much emotion to this, and she's very funny, and she's trying to, keep a job at Arby's, trying to find a guy in real life, and she doesn't quite know, like, there might be some options right under her nose. And she also has a relationship with Van, her brother, played by Chris Pang, who adds some interesting layers to this story in his dynamic with his sister, in his dynamic with his girlfriend, and also the dynamic he has with Mandy. And things get complicated. And unfortunately, since this got canceled, there's some hanging threads here that kind of just have you feeling unsatisfied with exactly where his story arc goes, but you can't blame the first season for setting up some good hooks for the next season and then it not coming. And then Rattecki, who's Harrison, doesn't want to leave the house. He develops a friendship with his walkie-talkie with this kid who lives in their building, but a lot of people misunderstand him and his intentions. And he also has some strong feelings towards Mandy, and complicated dynamic with his parents and what their plans are doing. Each of these characters really gets to shine, and that's awesome. Whether it's Mandy, Jack, Violet, or Harrison, you really feel for them, you care about each of their storylines, and you don't wish that you were watching one of the other ones while we're focusing on each of theirs. There's definitely some cliched things and things that are a little melodramatic or a little over the top in terms of narrative beats. But this series is so empathetic and so genuine in the way that it deals with autism, and these three actors who are autistic, and being able to really see them in action here and bring these characters to life with so much authenticity. And then Sosie Bacon, I think, has a good future ahead of her between, Mayor of Easton and Smile and this. But overall, I really, really loved As We See It, and I'm sad that we're not going to get any more seasons. I think it's still worth a watch, though, and it's right there on Amazon Prime Video. But those are my thoughts on Season 1 of As We See It. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.